YouTube, it's Jamie smoking in my car. This is just a short VR to Chad, Lethal Precision, who asked, basically, how'd you get into pipe smoking? What's your story about getting into pipe smoking? Your story about getting into pipe smoking. Mine kind of has two parts. There was the first part, which was right around September 11th, 2001. I decided to quit smoking. I just used that as a timestamp. I know it was around that time because I remember where I was around that time. Sometime around that date, I went to Walgreens and I bought a Dr. GAW Duke. And a much too big bag of, I think it was Super Value Cherry Cavendish or something like that. Whatever they carried at Walgreens. This was in Las Vegas. I was living in Vegas at the time. I, in fact, just started dating my wife. She was hassling me about cigarette smoking, as was everybody around me, basically, because I had been smoking for some time. Since early high school, 13 or 14 years old, smoking cigarettes. Anyway, at that time I figured I might segue into pipe smoking and then give up pipe smoking, which seemed to me to be easier. A really undeveloped plan. I didn't put a whole lot of time into it, a whole lot of thought. So I bought that cherry tobacco and a GAW pipe, and I smoked it a few times, and I ended up going back to cigarettes. I'm sure within a few days I went back to cigarettes. It just didn't, as we all know, pipe smoking is not a substitute for nicotine addiction and cigarette smoking. It's hard to maintain a nicotine addiction smoking a pipe. You don't inhale. The tobaccos are typically way less, nicotine laden than your typical cigarette tobacco. So that's part one. Part two, and this is the real kind of origin story of my pipe smoking. It was about 9 months ago, and I had quit cigarettes about maybe 10, 11 months ago. And I think that's right. Something like that. I had quit cigarettes, but I knew this. This is the important part. I knew that I enjoyed smoking, to have contemplative time, to like let's say you're at work and you want to break away and kind of just collect your thoughts or meditate or contemplate, just break away and disengage from life. I knew that was one reason why I smoked. I knew that nostalgia was another reason why I smoked. I knew that brainstorming and thought and things like that are afforded you by a cigarette break was another reason why I smoked. So there were all these reasons. And so I did some research into pipe smoking. I quit smoking for 2 months without smoking anything. I didn't smoke cigarettes, I didn't smoke a pipe. There was about 2 months there where I just didn't smoke anything. So I know I didn't have a nicotine habit anymore. I had broken the nicotine habit. And then I said I need to have a mechanism in place for when I'm out socializing, or when I do need to break away and just have some meditative, contemplative time. So I thought I'd give pipe smoking another try, but this time I'd do it right. This time I would do research. I would figure out how to light it, to pack, to light, to tamp, to choosing a pipe, choosing tobacco. I promised myself that I would learn that stuff and give it a real shot, you know, take a real, put some effort into it, take a good crack at it. And so I watched a bunch of YTPC videos. I watched a bunch of like matches and mutton chop and Bradley stuffing things. They were all very helpful. I bought another GAW, except this time an Omega. I wanted a bent pipe. I just liked the way it looked, I guess. I bought a bent GAW Omega, and I think I bought half and half. I want to say it was half and half I started with, or something recommended to me by the tobacconist. I'm lucky enough to live about a mile away from a really great brick and mortar. So they were very helpful early on too. So that's how I started smoking a pipe. I prefer to go with the second iteration of my pipe smoking journey, you know, which is I had no nicotine habit. I wanted to still have those parts, those elements of smoking that I didn't want to do away with, like the taking a break, disengaging, contemplation, meditation, and also socializing. You know, sometimes it's nice to just, you know, after some event or something, to stand outside and you know, where you'd normally light up a smoke and chat with people. I can do that now better than anybody with a pipe. I sit there and it's something people want to talk to me about. You know, they ask me questions about pipe smoking and about tobaccos. It really is a nice conversation piece, all the different pipes. And then if you get somebody who knows about the hobby, all the better, because you can talk about the minutia of you know, the pipe smoking hobby with people who are conversant in the vernacular and the paraphernalia and etc., which is what we have here in the YTPC. Anyway, this video went longer than I wanted, but that's my VR to Chad Lethal Precision. Talk to you later.